morning. It's 8 p.m. Today I'm late. I'm just from Tomo Cottages, and today I'm trying to hit 50 kilometers. We want to get out of Kitui, so 50 kilometers. I know it will take time, and I might reach where I'm going probably 7 or even 8. But look at the environment. You can see those hills. Then this other side. And in front of us. So we are going to get those 20 kilometers in stride before we take a break, and then we'll take another 20 kilometers. If we have to use painkillers again, we'll have to use. I've already said that this is an extreme sport. It's not for health purposes. Once we finish it, we'll go and look our body and see if we ruined our body and how to correct everything. But right now, we have to put our body into high performance. So painkillers is it. Then move 20 kilometers from now. I want to move as quick as I can, and then the next 20 kilometers also try to move as quick as I can. Then do the last 9 kilometers leisurely, although it will be very, very late. I have been walking for 1.5 hours. I've already taken bought water, and now my right legs looks like it is just a stick that has been put into the flesh. So it is moving on its own direction. It's not following what the brain tells it to go. Look where I am. One thing I've noticed is that life likes to play games. Like it really plays games, and sometimes it always wins. Whenever I've gone and seen a cottage and said, because this is a perfect house, or this is a house I will of course go in, and I said, let me go forward and look for other options, chances are there will be no any other options. But whenever I reach a point where I'm like, at least I found this house, let me just take it. In the morning, when I start moving forward, now I start seeing all these other options, and it has happened for me thrice in this journey. Thrice. Whenever I look for options, I don't get options. Whenever I don't look for options, the following day I always realize that there were very many options. Now I don't know if it's just unluckiness or it's just life playing games with me. Anyway, I'm trying to walk 50 kilometers today, and I don't know if I can walk those 50 kilometers. I've passed our chemist without buying the painkillers. I just realized that all my painkillers are finished. I needed to beef up my first aid kit, buy a robe, buy elastoplast. But there's always this mentality that if you buy things, there's a high chance that you are going to use them. That means if I'm going to buy an elastoplast, there's a high chance I'm going to get an injury that requires one. That's why I try to avoid buying things that I don't want to get. Like I don't want to get a COVID, what do you call it? Because there's a high chance you'll get something like that. Or when you always go to, of course this is not a health, this is just for humor. This is not a health advice. You should always try to go and check your status. But it also means that if you're always going to check your statuses, it's because you are engaging in things. And if you are engaging in things and going to check statuses, it means you are engaging in things without protection. And again, if you are going to test statuses and you are engaging in things and without protection, it also means you are in doubt. Either you are having too many people, or either you believe your other person is having too many people. And that usually means that at some point you will get what you are looking for. Anyway, you should always try and check your status once every 3 months. I usually don't, because I've been a celibate for like a very long time now. It's going years. I'm eating double figures in years, so I don't usually check statuses. Anyway, look where I am. A lot of maize. I'm not even using the gimbal, because when you use the gimbal too much, you realize that the battery starts heating. And when the battery starts heating, it's only a time before you realize. So for all those panning movements, you will see they're not smooth. And this because I'm using my hand to pan. But that's not even important. It's not like the smoothness of the pan is what makes you watch. You should watch because I'm showing you good things about Kitui County. But I'm tired of the county. I've been here for a week and it's only dry. And yesterday on the news I saw the vice president saying, like, there's drought in several counties. I conquer, because in North Kitui, when I was coming, it was so dry. And even Kitui is not classified as a semi-arid or arid area, probably a semi-arid, but only the upper part. But that place was dry. So if that place was dry as such, then I wonder how Garissa, Wajir, Lamu looks like. But I think in 3 weeks, if we move as quick without any injury, we will be in Lamu. And I've been in Lamu, but through with the car. I honestly don't fancy that area. I don't fancy walking in that area. That area is usually excessively dry, and I mean excessively dry, and it's usually, the houses are usually very spaced out. Like, if you miss where you are going, I don't know how you'll survive. I don't know how you'll survive there. I'll just carry food for 2 weeks and probably a tent and water, and lose a lot of the luggages that I have. That's what I'll do in Lam, because that area is excessively dry. The last time I was there, I don't know what these are. I'm seeing a lot of them. I don't want to touch them. I don't know if it was something that broke or they are just looks like a stone, but it is not. They are crystals. They are broken and they are everywhere. So if it was glass or a type of useful mineral, I'm not sure, but they are everywhere, and nobody has bothered picking them up, so they are probably just worthless crystals until a white man says they are not. Then everybody will be rushing around to come pick them up. That's how the world functions. This is when you take shortcuts and you have to walk through thickets and thickets. So Kitui is so I don't know how to describe it. Looks like the good side of Kitui, but then the dense areas are looks nice, but then it's still hot. It's still unwalkable. I think I'm 12 or 13 kilometers into the walk. I'm trying to get to a place where I can take Coca-Cola and water. I've already finished 1 liter of water. I'm only trying to take a maximum of 3 liters per day. Yesterday I took more. Yesterday I probably took 4 or 5. Walking takes all of the body, like it's It's extensive exercise. When we're walking through a lot of stuff, it requires just movements, balance, climbing, sometimes upper body, but mostly lower body. And after some time, you can see the difference in how you look and how much you perform on other stuff. I think right now I can perform so well on other stuff, and I'm not even kidding. I am not even kidding. We are in Kyoan. We have already covered 15 kilometers. We need to cover another 15 kilometers before we take another break. We are planning to reach the other Kyo. I don't know if that's how it's called, but Kyoan in Makueni. But today we are moving extra slow because it's already 11 and we haven't even covered 20 kilometers. That means we are too slow. We are too slow to even cover 40 kilometers before down. And I'm also not, I'm taking every rest possible. But anyway, we'll try our best. We'll try our best. I don't want to push today so bad. Also want to watch the game today. So I need to go and chill in a better place where I can watch the game. Having walked through all these areas, my earlier theory stands. Look at the donkey. Just having a shade. You know, when I reached Mutomo, even before reaching Mutomo, just around the corner, you could see the difference. You could see the difference in the weather, the temperature, and just everything was cool. There were tall trees. Even when it was sunny, there were, wind. The wind was just gushing, like it was cool. Even when the sun was hot. And just after that, you see, there is a city, a thriving city, a settlement with everything. And then just after that, you can see even this area. It's sparsely populated, and you can see why. Like the conditions are harsh. When it's hot, no wind, nothing to cool the body, everything. You require water every 2-3 minutes. Like it takes so much to create a settlement in an area like this than it takes in an area than Mutomo. So that's why I said even the last time that cities create themselves. Cities, towns, they create themselves depending on the topography and the weather, the climate. Like it's so hard for you to create something that and force people to go there. Like if you create something in a desert, you'll have to spend so much things like Las Vegas. Like creating Las Vegas has failed so many times. It has failed in China, it has failed in Japan, it has failed in Philippines, Kansas City, because people don't want those conditions. People don't want those conditions. Even for areas like Mombasa. If it was in an inland area, like it wasn't just bordering a sea, nobody will want to live there. I assure you, nobody wants to stay here, and that's why there are not any people. So if somebody comes and sells your land and asks you, oh, we have plot Maguta in this area, and to come visit this area, you'll realize why people are not living here. That's the entirety of my rant. Anyway, look at this area. We still have trees, vegetations and everything, but it's just hot. It's just hot. I'm bored of walking. I wanted to cover 40 kilometers, but I think not even 40, 50 kilometers. But I think I'm only going to do half of that. We'll do the next tomorrow. And it's because we woke up late, and right now we haven't covered a lot of kilometers, and since the start of the walk, before I even got into the walk, it was just hot. So it has dealt a number on me, and I also don't have Panadols, and I'm not seeing any chemistry around. So if I get a good place, not even a good place, just a good place to chill. By a good I mean it has to have power and it has to have water. I don't even require hot water. I haven't been using hot water except today in the morning. But the temperature was also so high everywhere, every time. So it didn't make sense having hot water after walking for that long with the temperature the way it is. Anyway, this is just past Kiaoni. You know how Kambas spell, like if it's Kaleche, when the rate is KY, Kaleke. So I'm so sure Kiaoni is not Kiaoni, is probably Shaoni. Look at the plants. Now, most of the plants are not thorny. Most of these plants, now we are moving into an area where most of these plants want to be eaten. They are not trying to offer a lot of resistance because probably they have a lot of water. Of course, we still have plants that are shedding their leaves, but there are no thorns. So no thorns are usually there to prevent animals from eating them. And I want to live in a society like this where things want to be eaten. Things don't want to, like things don't offer a lot of opposition. Like when you want to eat them, they hurt you first. You know, probably not even a society. I just want personal, selfishly, that I don't be in a situation where I'm hurt when I want to eat things. Like things are forcing me to do things that I don't want to do just because I want to eat the things. Like, oh, give me your wallet, do this and this. Where's your bank? Where's your inheritance? How much do you own? Propose. And I'm like, I don't want all that commitment. I don't want to lose everything. I really just want to eat. But you know where the society should go. The society, as a people, if we have leaders, because everything that we have, the problems that we have in society, there are a lot of problems that have been solved. Even for now, you know, I'm working. I know I'm not in a good place, but you know, I'm working leisurely. Like, a lot of people just don't get this. But a lot of people can do this now. A lot of people will not have done this probably in the 1900s or in the 1800s. The reason we are doing this is because society has solved a lot of issues, things to do with mechanical living. Like, you need to get where you want to go, you need to do this, you need to get a hot shower, it's cold. The society has solved. What the society needs to solve is, or has forgotten to solve, is basic needs. Like, we need people to get the things that they need before they get the things that they want. Of course, some people get the things they need and the things they want, but most of the people should get the things they need. That means food, a place to stay, probably work. Internet is a basic need right now. Clothes, you know, those things. Because, you know, I've been in this situation, and this thing is happening to a lot of people. Like, the commitments that people are making, the marriages that people are making, are just because people are not getting what they need. So somebody is offering them, unaona vile kuku inashikwa, throw in a maize there, a maize here, a maize there, a maize here, and then you catch it, tell it you are not moving out of here, because if you move out of here, where will you go? And it nearly happened to me. Of course, I was suffering that. I was trying to be manipulative, but I wasn't that ruthless. I was just a little, what Kibe usually say, punitive in the other times. Right now, I think I'm ruthless. If that opportunity presented itself again, probably I will just win for the sake of winning, and then later on discover that it's not working for the both of us. Like, we weren't supposed to be committed on anything. You know, that's how all these things are falling apart, because the reason why people are committed ni aje, nenda wapi? Tunatembea sana, ni pale. Haujaenda shule leo? Nini? Watu wako shule? Uko grade 7? Sawa. where were we? Oh, about commitment. If we are all going to commit because of those things, surviving, then we are not doing the best commitment that we need to do. The commitment will always fall apart. I've forgotten my train of thoughts. Anyway, I am in Ikuta, not Ikuta. I don't know where I am. I'm just winging it. Some moments are what you call realization moments. When you go through stuff, you see stuff, you just see stuff. We all have a lot of expectations, too much expectations. We usually somehow overrate our situations. Toil endlessly. For things. I'm probably I think I've been in the wilderness. And somehow I think this is how Jesus realized that his situation is not going to change. Like probably he was praying and praying and praying, and at some point felt that, you know what, he has to die so that people either go to heaven or go to hell. Like he's not going to change anything. You have to have that point. You have to have a point where things I get to a realization that things are just meant to be what they are. When a lot of people are fighting to get Ruto away, I'm so sure it reached a point when they started realizing that they were not going to succeed. They are not going to take Ruto away. So, for the leaders, they knew they should just take the win. They should just take the small win that they had. Look at all those mountains, hills, I mean. I don't know if this pic is showing it correct. They should just take their wins and go. And some took their wins. Some became very, very rich. Not very, very rich. They became rich by the standards. And in life you also have those realization moments, and probably having a realization moment right now. Just don't know. Just stubborn. I'm just excessively stubborn. I've always been excessively stubborn, and those are, we are all as human beings sometimes. Some people are just excessively stubborn. Just take your win. and go. Fuck off. Don't try to push your luck so hard. Don't try to push your luck so hard. Why are you trying to push your luck so hard? Take your win and fuck off. But some people don't listen because they have delusion of grandeur. They think there's no way they are going to lose. There's no way in this life they are going to lose. Look at all this area. This is a beautiful area. I've already taken coke. The second coke of the day. I right now have nearly 800 milliliters of coke in my body. I haven't urinated yet, I think, since yesterday. Yeah, they have delusions of grandeur, and I've also been one of those guys who has a lot of delusions. I just think there's no way this is it for me. Like, there has to be something bigger. There has to be something bigger. Like, there has to be something bigger. If I had believed this was it probably 10 years ago, I wouldn't have made the decisions that I made in life. If I had believed this was it 7 years ago, I would have taken a whole different decisions. I would have taken different decisions. The same thing 5 years ago, the same things 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 month ago. I always believed there has to be something. And you know, when you stay with that belief, something has to kill you. Even right now, something has to kill you to take the belief away. I've just been, you know, in that mind again, in that mindset where you feel, now this should be it. Like, just chill down. Just plan for retirement, plan for that small house. Like, plan for your future. Plan, I don't know, I mean my future, but you know, that thing where you feel like, okay, this is it, now I have to make this and this and this and this and this and this changes. Especially now, I've been feeling that for the longest time, since last year, but I just fail to believe that should be the case. I believe there has to be something. There has to be something. Like, I have a lot of plans. But on the same breath, I think everybody believes this is not it. Now, the thing is, it only happens to a few. The rest will have to keep on believing until they become mad, or they are told they are always making the wrong decisions in life because they are suffering. Some will keep on believing. I've seen, and even I've also been a subject. I've seen people in their 40s, in their 50s, in the past, making music, and I thought, bro, it's over. Like, you're mad. Like, it's over. Like, just chill down. Like, it's over. What do you want to accomplish? but some just keep on believing. They just keep on believing that something else is going to turn, even if it's just 5 of their years, even if it happens in their 60s, in their 70s, like something that they will be proud they lived for. And also, I'm also being constantly advised that I should tone down on the things, like I should start, that's just thinking about the money, and by thinking about the money is going into the small boring businesses that usually make money for certain people, and to certain people they become the end of them, because people usually assume just because somebody starts a wholesale and it grows to a supermarket that everybody who starts a wholesale will also grow into a supermarket. But that's not how it works. Like in the last 20 years, 30 years, we have only had like hypermarkets, supermarkets, 3 or 4 successful ones, and they came from the same people. It's just a family, then it branches off to their uncles, their siblings, their friends. All these supermarkets from Nakumat, from the Tuskies, are from the same thing, same area, same people. It's not that easy. Probably you start a clothing shop and they say, oh, sell the clothes on Instagram, and you think you'll just sell. Like, life doesn't work that way. So if it is not about the money, if we keep the money away, will people still be doing whatever they are doing? Probably not. A lot of people will. I personally, I don't know. I've only been ambitious for the things that, fuck. I've only been ambitious for the things I cared about. For the things that I don't care about, I don't put in work. And I've put in a lot of work. I just see people usually say, oh, umeenda mjengo and do this thing, because they usually think people only put work in mjengo. I think I've put a lot of work. Even this journey is a lot of work. This journey can break you sometimes. It's a lot of work. Walking is not easy. Walking injury, and I have nearly 22 kg on my back. I weigh 70, so plus 22 is like a 93 kilogram person, just moving around, just walking aimlessly 45 kilometers in a scorching hot sun, sometimes with no water. It doesn't make sense. It's work as much as it's leisure, as much as sometimes people don't know how to define it. I also don't know what I'm doing. I just hope that I'll know in the end. Look at the environment, look at the trees. People, I don't know if people are logging wood on this other side. I did not want to walk this long today. I wanted initially to walk long this day, but at some point I wanted to cut the journey into half. But right now I'm past half because I haven't seen a lodge or a place to stay. Now I have to move to, I think, 30 kilometers before I can get to where I wanted. Bro, I'm here below the baobab. Below the baobab. This is not a baobab though. My legs were nearly telling me to go down. I still have around 4 kilometers to cover to reach the next guest house. I was trying to take certain shots, but the gimbal just failed. It was overheating. Everything was overheating. My phone was overheating. I was overheating. The gimbal was overheating. The shoes are a mess. I don't know if any other shoes will have done this. I mean, I invested so heavily on these ones. So heavily. I'm sure any other shoes that I had, if I was moving this way, like this, with them, I will now need to have borrowed the rubbers from Masai. That's why Masai usually walk with the rubber shoes. They are pretty comfortable, but they are durable. They can walk on any terrain. I don't know why they just preferred those hard shoes. Someone is calling. Yep. Hapo.